Yay, thanks. Good. I know I see a couple people logging off and then coming back on because they probably think it's on their end. It's not. It was my bad. We tried a couple different microphone setups earlier today. We can't hear again. How? Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, on my end, everything's fine. So, so I don't know. Okay, yeah, Alex. I don't know. Yeah, because my problem was that we tried a couple different microphone configurations earlier, and and I hadn't changed the settings back. So yeah, so at this point, I think on my end everything should be fine. But yeah, Alex, let me know. You can hear me now? Yes, I definitely want everybody to hear, considering, you know, this thing. All right, well, good. And I'm glad we got these microphones to work because they're a little bit better quality than the one that I sometimes use. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, great. So I will just give it another minute or so to make sure that no one else is signing on. But as we're waiting, as most of you have noticed, the chat box is open. And if you want to write and say hey, or let me know if you did anything fun for this first day of summer, let me know. I was very lucky to have been able to get outside even though it was really hot. So a few of us went for a nice long walk in the woods in the shade. So that was nice because it's a really great time to connect with nature. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit. But actually, let me grab my remote so I can easily switch between screens. All right, good. So everybody looks like they can hear. So I think we are good to go. All right, so feel free to continue chatting in the box for the next little while I talk about the summer solstice, and let me know if you did anything fun today to connect with nature or to enjoy this summer season that we are beginning. So, of course, as we know, in the Northern Hemisphere, today was the longest day of the year, and from here on out, the days are going to be getting a little bit shorter, and the nights are going to be getting a little bit longer. So we're going to talk a little bit about what this means for us energetically, what it means for us health-wise, and what we can do to kind of harness that energy that the sun gives to us today so we can bring that into the remaining 6 months of the year as the days get shorter. So, of course, I think this year, more than any other year, at least in my lifetime, I'm really feeling this need to celebrate this new season that's upon us. And it makes sense because energetically, as we enter the summer season, we sort of have this energetic juxtaposition where on one hand we are looking forward to having some laid back time where we can relax either by the beach or in the backyard having cookouts, but then on the other hand we have this energy that's really buzzy and really active. So we kind of get both of these energetic forces working at the same time. And I do apologize. I know there's always a delay in chat. Yes, okay. Thank you. Yep, all right. Yeah, I just wanted to check to make sure that it was still going since we had some issues with audio. But So this year especially, obviously we're coming off of, at least most of us are coming off of these few months where we've been cooped up inside. So of course we're probably really feeling that energy and that buzz. And then now we also have a lot of civil unrest and a lot of people working really hard to try and demand equality and acceptance in our society. So again, we are making this this active energy and this proactive energy very salient in our lives for really good causes. But then we have the other side of things where most of us are physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausted because we've been through so much and we did not expect it. So a lot of us are looking forward to this summer where hopefully things get a little bit back to normal, but just enough that we can just take a break and relax. So we're getting it from both ends of the spectrum. And I think that as we continue on with this evening, that it's important to remember to ask ourselves, how do I want the rest of my year to go? If it's up to me, what do I want to take with me? What do I want to leave behind? And with that, thinking about these last few months, what have I learned? What have I learned about myself? What have I learned about what's most important to me? And what of those lessons do I want to take with me moving forward? So if we think about it as this opportunity where we've sort of, our society has been exposed, and each of us in our own lives, we've kind of stripped our lives down to the nuts and bolts. And now we can envision how we want our lives to rebuild. So this is why it's especially important to really mark these seasonal changes and these days that can sort of cement for us, okay, this is where we are. We are into a new season. We are into new weather, a new way of living, a new energetic way of living. So we need to figure out how we can cope with what we've been through, keep moving forward, and harness strength, harness conviction, and to try and be our healthiest selves as we move forward. So on the agenda for tonight, we're going to try and cultivate some of that energy for wellness in breath work and some visualizations of light. And then I will end with some therapeutic harp music. So that's what I have planned. I'm reading a couple people's things. Picked some fresh veggies from the garden. Thank you. I know she picked me sugar snap peas, and yeah, they were delicious. So I love fresh produce. That's one of my favorite things about summer. So, and that's if you didn't do anything fun today, or even if you did, also let me know what your favorite thing about summer is, because I talk about it all the time. I love just going to local farm stands and farmers markets and getting fresh produce and making salads. It sounds like kind of boring, but it's not. I swear. All right. So, I have my notes below, so if you see me glancing down, that's why, because I have them printed out, because I didn't want to forget anything that I was saying. But yeah, all right. So we're going to begin with some deep belly breathing, and as we deepen our breathing, I'm actually going to use my harp to accompany this breathing and to guide it as we deepen it. So there are a couple reasons why we focus on our bellies in deep breathing. Of course, the obvious one is that when we breathe from our diaphragm, I was in chorus, breathe from the diaphragm. But if we breathe from our belly area, we can actually feel our stomachs expanding, right? So we take that deep breath, and even though our lungs are up here, we're feeling it way down here. So we can feel our stomach expanding when we inhale, and then of course, when we exhale, we can feel that air releasing. So this is our way of focusing on the place where we will be engaging during this deep belly breathing. The other reason for focusing on this area is because energetically, if we talk about our 7 chakras, which I've mentioned in other Serenity Sounds videos, the belly area is our 3rd chakra, which is the solar plexus chakra. And what this means is that this whole area is represented by this energy center. If we balance and align this energy center, there's a lot of movement in it and a lot of forward motion in it. The solar plexus chakra is represented by the color yellow and by the element fire. So if we think about both of those and we think about the sun, it makes perfect sense. We have yellow, color of the sun, and we have fire, and of course the sun, fire. So when we focus on belly breathing, we can focus on cultivating this very dynamic, active energy, this fiery energy, and it will help to propel us forward in the remainder of the year. The other cool thing about the solar plexus chakra is that it harnesses the energy that is very forward moving in terms of motivation, drive, self-confidence. So it's just a very good area to try and cultivate healthy energy flow as we embark on this new season. I'm just going to switch back to my fresh seasonal food. Yeah, he said, I'm with you on fresh seasonal food in the summer. Yeah, it's just so good. It feels good being healthy from the inside out. Something that I was not for a very long time. So I don't want people who don't know me very well to be like, oh, she's just healthy all the time, because, and I know Alex is going to attest to it, because when I first met her 13 years ago, she was very, very healthy and always ate healthy, and I ate junk food like all the time. So for me to say that one of my favorite things is making salad, I'm pretty sure she never thought she'd see the day. I love getting time spent. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your responses. I love the interactive nature of this. I try to make it interactive. All right, so we're going to begin our breath work. So that means I'm not going to be checking the chat a ton, but if you feel like you want to still share things about your favorite parts of summer or what you did today, keep that chat box going. I will check in momentarily. But if you're ready to begin our evening, then you can make your way to a comfortable seat. And I don't want you to be too rigid or anything, because we've had a long day, the longest day of the year. So just make sure that you're comfortable, but that your chest is open so that you can really harness that deep belly breathing. And if it's comfortable for you, feel free to close your eyes. If it's comfortable for you to place your hands on your belly, that can also be really helpful, just right above your belly button. And this way you can really feel your stomach expanding as you breathe in. And then you can also feel the body heat from your hands kind of warming your stomach. So this is really good too, to kind of cultivate that fiery energy. And I just want you to relax. And I want you to breathe normally. And just notice your breath. And as you start to lend more awareness to your breath, I want you to start visualizing that yellow ball of light in your energy center, right around your belly area. And with each inhale, I want you to think about the beautiful sunlight that we had today, the long-lasting sunshine. And I want you to breathe in that sunlight and see that yellow energy center just pooling with fiery energy, getting brighter and more vivid. Just bringing you all the feelings that the summer season can bring for you. And all of the experiences that you're going to have, all of the memories that you're going to make. And as this yellow ball of light grows bigger and more vivid, just remember that this is your source of power, strength, and drive. And this is what will help you take on the new summer season with courage, tenacity, and gusto. Continue breathing and visualizing this yellow light. And I'm going to pick up my harp and I'm going to use tones of the harp to help guide you into deeper breathing. And the great thing is just focusing on your breath. I'm sure you've noticed yourself calm a little bit, and your breath has probably deepened a little bit on its own naturally, just with the little bit of exercise that we just did. So we're going to now incorporate a 3-count breath, and then we're going to gradually move toward a 4-count breath, and the harp will guide you. So as you inhale, we're going to count to 3, and then we're going to briefly pause at the top of the inhale, and then we'll exhale on a count of 3, and we'll briefly pause at the bottom of the exhale. So breathe in, 1, 2, 3, pause at the top, and then exhale through your mouth or your nose, whichever is comfortable. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and exhale, 1, 2, 3. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3. Pause at the top, and then exhale, 1, 2, 3. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3. And breathe out, 1, 2, 3. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3. And breathe out, 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to move on to a 4-count breath. So breathe in for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top. And breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And as you breathe in, imagine yourself breathing in that beautiful sunlight that we had today. And as you exhale, exhale anything that has felt negative or stagnant. Breathe in the light and breathe out anything that you would like to leave behind as you take this journey into the second half of the year. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Return to your normal breath and keep feeling that wonderful light energy. And imagine with every breath that you're just feeling that energy fill your body from your toes all the way to the crown of your head. And with that energy, even in years like this, we can cultivate joy and we can cultivate peace. And we can allow ourselves to feel good and feel okay. All right, so I want you to release your hands, if they're still on your stomach, and place them palm side up in your lap. And this is the gesture of acceptance. So we're accepting everything that the spring season brought us, the good, the bad, and we all know there was definitely the ugly. But we are accepting that, and we're also accepting the new energy and all of the change that we can invite with us in this season. All right, so I'm going to switch to my Therapeutic Harp music. And as I said before, I'm going to start with a little bit more of an energetic flow to the music, and then I'm going to gradually decrease it to something very relaxing, because the sun is setting here on the East Coast. It says that it's 8:27, and I checked sunset was at 8:24. So we are officially ending our 15 hours of sunlight here on the East Coast. And for those of you who are behind us in your time zones, this will be great energy to just bring you into the evening and to just spend the rest of this evening relaxing and hopefully bringing some of this harnessed energy into the remainder of the season and into fall and winter as we look towards the second half of this crazy, crazy year that we've had. So if it's comfortable for you to remain in your seated position, feel free to do that. Obviously, you're at home, so whatever's comfortable for you to listen to the music. If you want to lie down, that is totally up to you. And like I said, I'll play for about 10 to 15 minutes or so. I'm just going to bring up my clock so I can keep time. All right, there we go. All right. And I want you to let this music be your guide as you visualize all that light that you just cultivated. And witness it as it begins to dim along with the music as we make our way to our day's end. And as we let this music take us on a little journey, I just want you to remember that even though the sun sets, the sun still exists. it exists with beautiful, powerful, radiant light. And even though we experience darkness, the sun will rise again, shining its light and its warmth upon us. You know I don't like to do too much talking at the end of everything. Aw, thanks. I know, this wasn't really what I had in mind for my sleep music offering, Jen, but thank you. But I hope it helped. I really do, because I think a lot of what we learn in especially therapeutic music is being able to sort of bring this, like, the energy doesn't have to be really calm at the beginning, right? The idea is to sort of guide what is more active energy to a place of relaxation. So I hope, let me know if it helps you sleep, because I'm definitely using you for feedback a lot, which I greatly appreciate. So thank you for leaving the chats, everybody. Just a couple of quick announcements before we sign off for the evening. I am going to be taking a couple weeks off of my Serenity Sounds videos because I have a couple other projects that I'm going to be working on that I'm excited to announce. And just for my own mental health, because I obviously have been going through all of the same stuff as everybody else. So I've decided to take a couple weeks to give myself a break from the Serenity Sounds. But if you are not caught up yet on all the videos, I have videos stemming back all the way from to mid-March, I think. So definitely take a look at those on the YouTube channel. And I also put a link in the description box below if you want to sign up for my Harp and Wellness email list. And this is where you can get announcements for all of the new offerings that I have available. And if you sign up, you also get weekly, I call them Harpscapes. They're like 5-minute harp music and beautiful scenery videos. You get those sent to your inbox every week for free, just for signing up for my email list. So if that's something that you're interested in, just click the link in the description box below. But yeah, I'll be back in a couple weeks with a new Serenity Sounds video, and I'm also planning on doing some more live streams. So if you have any suggestions of things that you would like me to do, either with my harp music or any meditations, let me know so I can add them to my Serenity Sounds plans. But otherwise, I thank you all so much for tuning in this evening, and I hope that you all have a wonderful, happy summer, and I will chat with all of you guys soon. All right? Good night.